bunch of them. So how can you say that my client had genital herpes without doing the test? When you did the test, it was negative. That was a hard day. You know, he got a little aggravated. I know it was herpes, 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 right? Boom. You get what
Like,
I'm
no, this nigga had herpes.
Yeah, that's how he said it. Herpes, herpes,
You
herpes.
won't
I'm
tell
thinking.
me nothing else.
He kind of got a little agitated with the defense, but the defense was making a point to say, you didn't test him for genital herpes, so how can you diagnose him with genital herpes? Another thing, he did testify that after like his first prescription for Valtrex was March of 2007.
Yo, the courthouse will do that to you. Courthouse
Yes,
turn your friends into your enemies real quick.
period.
Like, wait, he
Yeah,
said what?
period. Yeah.
Fuck that.
His
I know he
first
had herpes.
his first prescription for Valtrex was in 2007. By 2011, he had switched him from like taking it during like every time you have an outbreak, take this medicine to taking one a day. So now he's writing him prescriptions for a whole year. He's giving them 60 with 11 refills.
Mm.
So he got enough pills for a whole year. So that way R. Kelly got to keep calling him because R. Kelly, every time he had an outbreak, him or one of his homeboys would call him and was like, we need you to do a prescription for the blue pill. Blue pill being Valtrex, because he was responding well to Valtrex. This is another reason why the prosecution believes or believe that they can prove that R. Kelly knowingly had genital herpes because he was getting treated for genital herpes, taking a medication for treating genital herpes, responding well to it, and being on this medication like a daily, you know what I'm saying, thing.
Mm.
Yeah. The last year-long prescription. Oh, no, no, take that back. They don't have the last one. But from 2015 to 2019, they are on record. His prescriptions are on record for Valtrex.
Yeah, that's probably when they started going through new implementations of the law, and they was about to start.
I really wish that we had the videos to coincide with what I'm giving y'all. The next person, and I'm gonna go into this next day, and then we're gonna open up because what I think I might do, because it's so much information and I don't want to give y'all pieces. I want to give y'all the tea. I want to give y'all the people that's testifying that y'all don't know about, like that officer. That people ain't reporting that officer testified to corroborate Geraldo Pace's story about the police being sent out to search for Dominique Gardner. Shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Well, I wanna get the whole tea. I want to know exactly what's being said, what's being believed, what's being shut down, like if you say something, it's like, Geronda, you wrote that shit when? You
Right.
get what I'm saying? Come on, bitch. All right. So like stuff like that, they're not putting in the news in the mass media. So I want us to see and hear it. So when the verdict come, we ain't surprised. We could get the real temperature in the room and see what's really going on in the courthouse. Okay. So the next person that they called to the stand is Demetrius Gardner. This is another day because um they end the day with the doctor's testimony. They wanted to end the day and bring the doctor back the next day, but he couldn't come back because he had a flight early that next morning to get back to the office or whatever. So they had to finish his whole testimony that day. So they finished him up with the cross exam. Like I said, they was really going hard at him about what type of herpes. He could not specifically say that he tested R. Kelly for genital herpes and R. Kelly tested positive. So that was they little hold on to. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Demetrius Smith. He is the old road manager. This man was brought to testify about how he helped Aaliyah get false identification so she could get married to R. Kelly. You get what I'm saying? Illegally, right? So, y'all heard the story on Surviving R. Kelly. R. Kelly tell him that Aaliyah thinks she's pregnant, they in trouble, they gotta help her out. He take Aaliyah to go get some fake identity and they link up the goddamn marriage, right? He was there, he knew everything, blah blah blah. But let's talk about this testimony, because his testimony, unlike Geronda Pace, do not sound just like his story on Surviving R. Kelly. Number one thing I want to mention to y'all about Demetrius, he is the only witness that has been granted immunity.
Mm. That mean he
In
know.
other words, in other words, yes, they will not charge him in the RICO case if R. Kelly is found guilty as a conspirator with R. Kelly. I know I keep putting on my wig, but I'm just looking at this bang and whatever. But yes, they won't charge him. He's been granted immunity. Yes, he has good info, and I think and they need him to say he got paid to go do some things in order for them to prove the RICO, the racketeering charges, right? But y'all, check this T out. So this nigga gets on the stand and he said, R. Kelly ain't tell me to go get no goddamn IDs. Matter of fact, that shit came from like another manager. You get what I'm saying? R. Kelly did not give me the order or pay me to go get false identification for Aaliyah. Number one. Number two, right?
Mm.
He was like R. Kelly didn't plan the wedding. Matter of fact, the wedding, getting married to Aaliyah was not R. Kelly's idea. He didn't come up with that plan. He had nothing to do with that. He was doing what he was told. Um, he also was very like combative with the prosecution. Stated things like y'all treat me like I'm the one being on trial, and I don't feel comfortable discussing this. You get what I'm saying? So I think he done signed that paperwork, got that deal, and now he up there fucking up the case, right?
Yeah, because
Which, you know,
you don't feel
whatever, do what you
comfortable
gotta
doing
do.
the shit that you was already doing.
He don't want to admit to, or maybe there is nothing to admit to, right? Because I got some more tea for y'all, and I'm hoping, hopefully, I'm gonna try the YouTube thing again because I want y'all to hear out this lady's mouth. I've been listening to this lady talk on behalf of R. Kelly for years. His nutritionist, a lady that was hired to fix the food for
Mm.
him, his wife, and his child when his daughter was first born. His oldest daughter was first born. She worked in the house. She was around the family. R. Kelly, Drea Kelly, as well as the little girl who got peed on, who is the goddaughter. That's who she was introduced to her as by Drea and Robert, as well as Sparkle. She was at the house a couple of times while Sparkle came. Like one time, Sparkle came with some girls to fuck him. They fucked in the master bedroom. The other time, Sparkle came. She was naked under her. And then one time, Sparkle came mad because she found out R. Kelly was married, and she was going through the house like, "Where that bitch at?"
Mm.
So all that shit Sparkle talk about, she wasn't fucking R. Kelly. She wasn't that bitch. Bullshit. Okay, so now, um,
Mm. Because it was supposed to be her niece, right? Let me ask you, because it was
that
Sparkle's
is her
niece.
niece. Yes, the guy. Yes, that's her niece, and her sister and um her brother-in-law. They still cool with R. Kelly
Mm.
today.
Mm.
Mm.
Now I was told because I don't have the names of all the Jane Does just yet. Not all of them, right? Just some. But I was told that she is a part of this case, a part of, So, and just because you might not be there to testify, like Aaliyah, for instance, she's Jane Doe number one. That don't mean they can't be. They won't bring charges. That don't mean they won't bring charges against him. Mm. And that's that on that. Okay, so Demetrius, he basically was just kind of like for allowing Aaliyah or helping Aaliyah get her fake identification. He was like it wasn't state ID or anything like that. It was like school ID and another type of ID, but none of them had her real her age on it. It just had the fake birthday. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I didn't get a state ID. Like it ain't like it was like that. Like
It wasn't
it
forged.
was just
It was
some
full.
yeah. So, he was like he didn't agree with the idea of Aaliyah and R. Kelly get married, but he didn't want to be out the loop. He wanted to still be a part of the whole whatever, the R. Kelly business, I guess. So he did what he did so he could be there. This is testimony, y'all. Do it make sense? No. What I think, and I don't have it verbatim yet. I'm sorry. Like I said, I was listening to some transcripts, but these transcripts are so long and so expensive. It's really hard for these content creators to really get it out in a timely manner and like up to date because we like in week 2 of the trial. The trial
Mm,
started in the middle of August. It's
mm,
September now. So it's a
mhm.
lot that we haven't even got into yet. And as I look, as I've been researching, I haven't seen a lot of the newer testimonies yet either because we still kind of going over all the old shit. And like I said, the transcripts are so expensive, over $300, and these are daily transcripts, right?
Mm.
Yeah, it's a lot to get your hands on these, but once you do, you can see, like, cause it's word for word exactly what's being said in the courtroom. Who is that? Come
Oh,
on,
links. Do you mind linking? I
for
mean,
real,
if you
Links.
could
God
mute
damn, like
yourself,
I shouldn't have
please.
to say this shit over and over again. We are not kids.
That's not
Who
me.
is
What
your daddy?
we talking about? That's not me.
Who music is
Talking
that?
about. That's not me. Like, say, I'm gone, man. 'Cause that's not me. Like, that's not me
I
saying.
heard you. Who
That's not
music
me.
is
Well,
that?
whose
Just hop
music is
down,
that?
Link.
I'm
Just hop
talking,
down
nigga.
real quick.
I heard you say that, honey. Chill out. Who
Whose
music?
music?
Fuck, man.
When he dropped, the music dropped. But when he dropped, the music dropped. It's the dumb shit for me. Okay, back to what I was saying. I'm. Do anybody else hear the music? It's only one person gone. The person that said it wasn't him. Stupid shit. Get your life together, y'all. Y'all gonna come on, big, go learn how to use it. All right, we're not gonna be arguing over shit. It's the same thing. Yeah. Period. If I say like, yo, I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Okay, I'm
Then
not
you
gonna
gonna
get on
get
the
an
phone.
attitude because you know it's your
Yeah, cause he knew it was him. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
fucking niggas.
And we don't dwell on fuck nigga shit. Cause honey, honey, don't make me. I ain't gonna embarrass nobody today.
Cream
Do me a favor.
Junior.
I'm gonna do you a favor today and not embarrass you. How about that? How about that? All right. So Demetrius, back to Demetrius. Demetrius is up that bitch trying to say himself and say his friends. Shout out to Lil Kim, word to Lil Kim and her, she went to jail for lying on the stand, huh? You know what I mean? That nigga said I ain't snitching on my boy. He ain't say shit. I ain't do shit. He ain't tell me to do shit. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get his cross. I believe they probably would have said, well, no, we don't want to cross examine him, right? Why would the defense ask him questions when he pretty much did the job? He pretty much destroyed the prosecution. Like, no, it wasn't like that.
Mm.
Not quite. Well, no, he didn't tell me. That wasn't even his idea. Y'all got to know they are using the Leah situation to really put the nail in the coffin with the racketeering charge. If he is
Mm.
going to say R. Kelly wasn't in charge of that and R. Kelly called the shots and pay us to get him married to Aaliyah, that means you have no RICO check case, no racketeering charge to put on said defendant.
Mm.
Mm.
That nigga trying to save his friend, yo. I come on, pay attention. It is not just child pornography, or it's not just like when he was charged with child pornography, the family, the little girl, they was gone. They had nobody to say, well, yes, he peed on me, right? Everybody was just like, that looked like R. Kelly. And even R. Kelly was like, well, that ain't me. Shit, that looked like my brother, right? That's reasonable doubt, okay?
Very.
Boom. Now,
Mm-hmm.
in this situation, the charge is racketeering. That means you on top and you got people doing shit for you. And if they don't do it, they get punished. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All that. Like it's different things, like different personalities that make it a racketeering case, right? Like having rules to follow, having a boss, like the end goal is for something illegal to happen. If you break the rules of punishment, either death or getting beat up or hurt or something like that, and having people to follow out or enforce said rules and paying people to do these things.
Mm-hmm.
That's what yeah, the racketeering charge is. So if he's telling them like, well, no, he ain't tell us, like, that mean how can R. Kelly be the head of
Mm-hmm.
illegal organization?
So
Mm-hmm.
He
If you don't
so
know
already
nothing,
shot.
these
if you don't know
people,
nothing,
yeah. So in
allegedly,
retrospect,
Yep.
it was these
I'm looking
allegedly
people
for
who
the
don't
were
know
fresh
running
ones
around
nothing.
I
trying
did with it.
to think because they. So pretty much, it's more like R. Kelly's little special ed disabled nigga, and these people are running around trying to protect their ass because he's the money for them.
Yes. Yes. Now, Demetrius, Demetrius testimony, guys. That's pretty much the last testimony I was able to start like getting into, because I do like I've listened to reports about Adria Clary. She testified. She's Jane Doe number 5. She testified after Demetrius. Well, no, she testified after the clerk. Like a legal clerk that does marriage licenses and applications for marriage license. It wasn't the clerk from the Aaliyah situation, but it's a clerk from that state, so they can tell them exactly how shit goes down and what was done right or wrong in the Aaliyah situation. So yeah, she testifies after him. It was a clerk and then her. So
Mm.
I
Mm.
really, like I said, I want to get like the good teas, right? So right now, what I want to do is try to go to YouTube again, right? And I want to pull up this interview with let's see if we can get some
In the
stuff going
words of
here.
DMX, let's get it on.
Yeah, because she's one of
Period.
the two that was in the house that time. I remember, and
Yes.
they came on the interview. Yeah, they were the last two law ones. They were well in the
Okay,
house.
so I'm getting some tea right now, right? So boom. This is Sharon. What's her name again? Sharon Winbush. She is his old nutritionist. Nutritionist. They work in the house. You get what I'm saying? They work in the house. They buy your food. They do your food prep for the week or the month or whatever. You get what I'm saying? They come every day and cook. You feel what I'm saying? Cook your food every day. They have
Mm-hmm.
to make your food based on what your diet needs to be. If you say, well, look, chef, I want to lose weight. My wife, she's a dancer. She just had a baby. She got to lose this baby weight. Because that's what she was there for. Then you say, okay, well, you should eat this. You need high protein, low carb. You need no protein, no carbs, just vitamins or whatever. I don't know. Just she has to make their food.
Sure, you're
That's
right.
her job. She's there every day. She in their wallet and it's like she going to the store with bitches and all. So give me. There we go. There we go. Now, Tasha K a little long winded, and I don't know how to fast forward on here.
Tap the screen and hit the
So
blue
I'm
dot.
just gonna let it roll, y'all. It is an hour. I'm gonna open up the panel, guys. Y'all can come up, but don't talk over the video.
So
Never
we have
mind, because
Sharon
people in it.
Wimbush
If y'all
here.
watch, just watch.
You
If
are
y'all got something to say,
a
you could
long
come off
time
the open.
associate
Don't
of
be
R. Kelly
rude.
and his camp. Recently,
Shout
you
out
have
to
been
Cake and Bake for this great
kind of making
Southern
I
Belle.
wouldn't say like a press run, but you've been bringing awareness to some flaws that you believe are happening in his case. We do have some receipts here that we're going to view in just a
Tasha K.
second. But you were his
I
nutritionist,
guess she's getting her
correct?
life together on her end,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Period.
But
If you
like
don't
this
mind
lady,
filling in
she's the
where
lady
I'm kind of
who I
missing
first
just
heard
a bit
expose
of
Sparkle
background, just so people can
Andrea
really
Kelly,
put their
as
finger
far
on
as
it,
like
and
they
we can
were
go ahead and
lying
just jump right
on
into
getting
it.
to the survivor
If I'm
R.
missing
Kelly
Okay. I
anything.
met
documentary.
Robert. Yeah, I met
So let's
Robert
get
in
into this
early
shit. Shout out to Tasha
'97,
K,
and he
y'all. Follow
hired
her.
me to work in
I
his
ain't just
home
gonna take
with
her
him and
shit
his
and not
wife
give her
and
no
his
shout out, even
newborn
though
daughter,
I
Joanne, at the time.
love hate her
Okay.
So I
ass.
was responsible for making sure that they ate healthy. At the time, Robert was wanting to get his physique in order for videos and cut his body up, so to speak. And Drea was trying to lose baby fat after having Joanne.
Okay.
So my duties were to make sure that healthy food was plentiful for Robert, her, the dancers in the studio, on the tour bus, and just making sure they had everything that they needed to be healthy
Oh, wow.
during that time. So I worked with him in his home. I've been in the studio. I've been on the tour bus. I've been all throughout every aspect of his life. So I've seen how he moves. I've seen how he lives. So that's why I got involved in this, because I know the things that I was hearing were not
Hmm.
who he is. You know,
Okay.
for instance, I knew the reason he had females wear baggy clothes is because Robert always